Hey guys, what is up? Jeremy here. Hope y'all are doing good. Hey guys, I want to talk to you about something a little bit different today. And y'all, what we're going to talk about today is what happens when your workout kind of comes off the rails. I know we've all been there, whether it's from the very beginning, we don't plan properly, or maybe just like the workout, we go out too hot, or we go a little too heavy and we don't scale it properly. Y'all, I'm going to talk about some tips for each of those, how to start the workout well, also how to go ahead and what happens if it goes kind of all awry in the middle, and then I'm going to give you a couple little things you can do to finish a workout well, even if it has gone bad. But y'all, before we get started, guys, hit that like button down below. Y'all, we really do appreciate it. It helps our channel so much. Y'all, thanks a lot. So y'all, let's get started. And first of all, listen, we've all had those workouts where, for whatever reason, the rails, we just come off the rails. Y'all, the wheels come off, the train comes off the track, y'all, it just turns bad. I know for myself, especially when I first started CrossFit, listen, before that, a lot of the workouts I was doing were very much like bodybuilder style. I'd have a chest day, a back day, a leg day. And one of the things that I was able to do is, listen, I could leg press pretty good, I could squat pretty good, I could deadlift pretty good. Listen, pressing overhead, I stunk at it, just being honest. But listen, these other things I was good at. I could run well. So I'd be making a workout, or I'd find a workout off of the main site or some other website, or I'd go to an affiliate and do a workout with them. And I would sit there and see like, oh, we're doing a 285-pound deadlift. I can do that. 2 weeks ago, I was doing reps with 365. I'll be good. I did like 6 sets of 4 with 365. I can do 285, no problem. And I'd go in there, the workout would start, and we'd be doing some 15-minute AMRAP or something and have 8 or 10 reps with 285. And by the time I got to like the third round of it, I would be blown up. I was just reeling the rest of the workout. It would, it came off the track. So guys, what happens when that happens? Well, the first thing we can do before we get to that point, let's try to plan better. Here's a couple things you can do to help yourself plan better. Number one, look at the workout first. Look at the workout and see where you're going to need to scale things. Maybe you need to scale it because the weight or the height of a box, or maybe you don't have toes to bar and you need to do hanging knee raises or knees to elbows instead. Maybe you can't do a 315 deadlift for more than a single rep or 2 reps at a time, so you need to back off on that. Figure out, number one, where the crux of the workout is going to be for you. Don't worry about the dude across the way in the affiliate or in your gym doing the same workout. Okay, so the weight's 315 on the deadlift. And he sits there, I'm going to drop this down to 205. Okay, well, what if you can do the same reps and you'll be fine if you drop it down to 285? Do that. Nothing says it because that dude over there is dropping down to 205. You have to do that. Go with what's going to work best for you within that workout. Maybe you sit there and say, I can do this fine, but it's 4 reps every round. If I do 315, I'm going to be blown up really, really fast. But guess what? If I do 305 or 295, I'll be good. So do that. You may sit there and say, the scaling is, hey, we're doing toes to bar. The scaling is just doing hanging knee raises, but I can do knees to elbows. It'll be a little bit more aggressive, but not all the way to toes to bar. I won't get blown up quite as fast. I'll be able to handle the workout. So do that. There's nothing that says you can't do those things. Y'all, scale it how it's going to work best for you within that workout. Scale it to push yourself, but at the same time, you can have success within the workout. It's not going to kill you right off the bat. Y'all, number 2, go ahead and I am a huge advocate of this, doing a test round. Y'all, you can do this for every single workout you do. Do an entire full round of it. Y'all, I said this in some of the open videos from this year. So if you want to see how, some of those tips about how to do some of these workouts better, y'all go check out some of those old open videos from 21.1, 21.2, and so on. Y'all, I sit there and advocate this in all of them. Do a practice round. Y'all, if you're doing just some workout for 5 rounds for time, y'all just do the workout to get the feel of it, get your pacing for it. Y'all, if you're doing it some long AMRAP, now listen, if you're doing a 6-minute or 8-minute AMRAP, You might just have to go. It might just be full send on it. You just want to go. That's fine. You still got to pace yourself though. But if you're doing some 18 or 20 or 24 minute AMRAP, you got to know it's going to be long. So start and do a full round of it, but do it at a slower pace. Sit there and say, okay, this took me 3 minutes. So don't sit there in your mind and say, okay, every round needs to take me 3 minutes. No. Sit there and say, okay, what if I take 3:15 on every round or 3:20 on every round, starting at round number 1. And I just, every single round, I try to shoot for 3 minutes and 20 seconds. That's going to be a whole lot better than if your first round, okay, you get it in 2:57, then your next round is 3:03, then you're at 3:15, then you're at 3:26, then you're at 3:50, and then from there, you're just building up time. Every single round is 20 seconds, 30 seconds slower. You end up being, after like the 4th or 5th round, you're one of those people like huddled on the ground, trying to figure out what happened. But what if 3:20 or 3:15 seems so slow the first round or 2 rounds? But by the time you hit round 3, it's like, okay, this is a good pace. That's going to help you down the stretch. And the third thing to make sure you're doing before the workout, warm up properly. I know when I first started working out and started doing CrossFit style workouts, I would sit there, I had like this little 10, 12 minute little warm up routine. I always did the same thing, never changed it. And I would sit there and never thought this has a lot of heavy movements that are like squats. I should probably warm up my quads more. Or this is going to be a lot of pressing. I should warm up my shoulders. Or this is a lot of lower back stuff for deadlifting. So I should warm that up better. Warming up properly, getting the blood flowing, getting the synovial fluid into those joints. It helps you so much be prepared. I'm a huge advocate of doing something cardio based. Run, do a little run, get on the rower do a hard 500 or a moderate 1,000 meter row. Do 3 or 5 minutes on an assault bike or an echo bike, something like that. Get a little bit of a sweat going. Get where you're sucking some air. Get that heart rate up, because then you're already going to be there. You're not going straight into that. That's one of the things I see, and I see it in a lot of affiliates. They get people warming up. They get people doing a little bit of stuff, but they never really get that heart rate up before they get going. And then you have people who get kind of slammed because their heart rate spikes right off the bat. So, if you warm that up and then you can calm back down before you get going again, you'll be in a good place. So guys, what happens though whenever you're doing a workout and you're in the middle of it, maybe you're a round in or 3 rounds in, and all of a sudden you realize the wheels just came off? What do you do? Here's a couple tips for you. Number 1, take a few seconds. I'm not saying take a minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes. Be one of those people kneeling on the floor, looking like they're praying just to try to make it through the workout. Take yourself 5, 10, 15 seconds, step back, get some good breaths, calm yourself, calm your mind, and then figure out what you need to do. A lot of times it only takes us a couple seconds. If we slow down for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, take a few breaths, get our wits back about us, we'll figure out really quickly, okay, I'm going way too fast on this. I need to reel it in. And then from that point, start going a lot slower. Pace yourself a lot better. You may step back and be like, okay, I was trying to go toes to bar on all these. I need to back off and go knees to elbows or do hanging knee raises. I was sitting there trying to do 225 for the power cleans. I need to back off and go to 185 for the power cleans. And okay, then you take the weight off. Don't be those people who you start huffing and puffing, you're immediately stripping the bar down, and before you know it, you're at 95 pounds and you were doing 225. Back off a little, catch your breath, and think with a level head. That's the first thing that's going to help us. Number 2 is to just, it's kind of one of the things the military does. When things get tough, guys are taught to just back it up. You do the first thing, then the next thing. You may be in a really bad mental place. Maybe you went way too fast and the weight's way too hard and too heavy, and so you take some weight off, and you're trying to slow it down. Just do the next movement. Don't worry about, oh my gosh, I just finished these deadlifts. They're going to be awful next round. Y'all, if it's got a row in it and you've got a 20-calorie row, just work on doing the row. Get your mind frame into doing the row. When you're done with the row, then move on to the next thing. Move on to the wall balls if that's what it is. And if you have 30 wall balls and you know you can't go unbroken them, sit there and say, okay, I'm going to do 3 sets of 20 within, or 3 sets of 10, within this. Okay, I got to do the next 10 wall balls. Put it down, catch your breath, take some breaths, stretch your legs out. Okay, now it's time for the next 10 and just back it up. One thing after the next. And go through the rest of the workout like that. And instead of making it like you're looking at this daunting metcon that just seems awful, just conquer the next thing in front of you. Your mind is going to work so much better when you do that. Guys, the last thing to do whenever you're sitting there and this workout kind of just goes crazy, focus on breathing and focus on your pace. Guys, a lot of times if we sit there and we really think about it, we don't need to do some crazy weight change and everything else. Just moving dumbbells around and everything. Y'all, sometimes, maybe we're just holding our breath as we're doing some things. Maybe we're trying to go too fast. And we can handle the weight. We can handle the movement. We can handle the box jumps. We're not going too fast on the rower. But we need to just maybe take a few extra seconds during our transitions. Y'all, if you're concerned about how to pace better, y'all, I'll link it down below. I have a pacing video. Shows you some ideas for pacing different things. Y'all, one thing is to just pace it better in your transitions. Don't be one of those people who gets off a rower and runs over to the wall ball or runs to the bar. Get off, take an extra 2 or 3 seconds and walk there. It's going to help you be able to get your mind right, but also be able to get your legs underneath you, get your bearings, get your breathing back normal. Or relatively there. So guys, those are some things for before and during the workout. But y'all, what happens if you've done all these things well? Y'all, sometimes we actually do a really good job. And y'all, we have a little bit left in us. Y'all, sometimes we just need to go and finish. Y'all, this is one of the things I've been focusing on lately in my own workouts, is being able to finish better. Y'all, sometimes I end up pacing really, really good. And so then I can sit there and as I'm getting down to it, I'm able to look at the clock and kind of as I'm doing the movements or as I'm in my transitions, I'm able to kind of figure out, okay, it's taking me 2 minutes per round on this. And so then I hit, 4 minutes and I'm like, okay, I need to push it. Maybe I'm doing an AMRAP. I need to push it so I can try to get that down. I'm doing good. I've got my legs are underneath me. I got a little left in the thing. Let's see if I can get, instead of this just me getting 2 regular rounds, let's see if I can get another round started. So I push a little more. So I try to pick it up. Maybe I try to make sure this next round I can see if I can get it done in a minute 50 or a minute 55. And then if I can do that next round, then I can be 10 or 15 seconds into whatever else. Maybe I get a few extra reps. Y'all, if you ever sit there and look at the leaderboard for the open, y'all, sometimes 1, 2, 3 reps can make the difference in 200 or 300 places. And y'all, if you start working on this now, by the time we hit the open in 2022, you're going to be in a good place. You're going to be able to do that. Y'all, number 2, this is my final tip for kind of finishing strong. Y'all, be paying attention when you know that time is starting to wane down. You'll be kind of looking and know when you hit that 30-second mark. Maybe you can't. Maybe you sit there and you're like, okay, I know this is taking me 2.5 minutes per round. So if I go in at 5 minutes, I can try to go faster. But maybe you can't. Maybe you went just a hair too fast and you're just hanging on, but you know you can hang on for the end. But y'all, when you hit that last 30 seconds, maybe you can't start with 30 seconds. Maybe you have to start with 20. But you sit there at the end and you sit there and you know that last 20 seconds is coming and you just take that last 20 seconds. You're done after that. You get to lie on the floor in the CrossFit recovery position, looking up at the ceiling, wondering why in the world you did this to yourself. Take that last 30 seconds and go full out. Don't worry about, whatever. This hurts or whatever. You have 30 seconds. You may not even get through one movement, but y'all, you can at least, instead of getting 5 reps, maybe you get 8 reps, or maybe you get 15 reps. That is the difference in just pushing hard for those last 30 seconds. Y'all, maybe you only get 2 or 3 reps, but you've been able to push a little bit more. Guys, I hope those tips really help you. I hope they help your mind as well as just physically making through the workout. I hope they help you get your mind into a correct spot. That way, as you're working through these workouts, if you're building your own workouts, if you're working through workouts, if you're following someone, maybe you're an affiliate or something, you can really help yourself be able to succeed so that these workouts and your training isn't something that's like this soul-sucking thing, but it's something that you can really succeed in. Guys, I hope that helps. Y'all enjoy. Hopefully this helps you from dying a little bit more and it keeps your mind in a good spot. Guys, I'll see y'all next time.